Welcome back, guys. So today we're gonna be doing an oil change on my car and Pars's car, and then we have something special. It's pretty loud. They're doing construction on Pars's Street, but basically, this is what we got today. So this is a injen cold air intake, and we are going to be putting this into my car, and we'll document the entire thing, and we'll show you guys how it's done and everything like that. Okay, so we just finished up doing my oil change, and there's a video on that. So I didn't take a video of it because we already have a video posted out. Now we are gonna move to the intake, and we're gonna go do that, and I'll show you guys all the steps and everything like that. So first, what we're gonna start off with is taking out these two bolts and take out this sensor. Okay, so once I got that off, what we're gonna do is take out this clamp right here that holds this together, and then there's a couple of clamps right here that you're just gonna undo. So it's kind of hard to see. There's 6 clamps in total. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 down there. So another thing we did, this is the airflow sensor. So we just unclipped it from here. You just push down on this and this should come out. So basically what we did was we unclipped everything. We pulled this out. We took the clamp off, pulled this out of here, just slips out. And then that's where it holds your filter. Okay. Then you take out the filter. And next we're going to take this out. So you have to undo this bolt and this bolt over here. So for these screws, so it's a 10 millimeter. So I had to make like an extension, an extension to get to it. Because you probably won't be able to get to it if you just didn't use an extension. Basically here, and down there, and then this bottom part of the airbox should come out. So if the airbox doesn't come off with this piece down right there, and it just slips off, you can take it off. And yeah, it's really easy. You forgot to take this part off. This part connects to the top part of the airbox. So we're gonna undo this clip and take out. Actually, fun fact: this hose already broke off of that, so that's not good. But anyways, we're changing it, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna undo this and then take this part out. So what we did was disconnect this from the turbocharger, and so we disconnected it from the throttle body, and now we're trying to get this off. There's basically a clamp on there that holds onto it. Ben's trying to get it off. Hopefully he can get it off. And then it's also connected to this hose right here. We'll take that off after we get this part off. Okay, so we just took out the battery. Eventually, we're going to have to take out this hose, which is connected here. They're 10 millimeter bolts, so you're just going to undo these, and then we'll show you the rest of it when we get to that part. But I think we're going to do the coolant hose right now after we get this off. So to take out this hose right here, this piece right here, it's connected to this battery, the battery cable, and then it's connected in 2 different parts. 3 different parts, yeah, right here, and then one right here that we already undid, you can see, and then that bottom, there's another bottom part that you have to undo right there. So we're a little stuck right now. This piece does not, whatever clip does not want to come off, and it's connected to this hose, which is connected to this, and that's the only piece we have to get off, but it's not coming off, so. Like I might just break it off. We don't even need that anymore. We finally got it. I ended up just breaking that clip because it was not worth it. That thing was so annoying. We're not even going to need to use it. So, yeah. This part, we had to take off the bumper. But I don't really know where exactly it goes. I don't know if we have to take this off. So, I have no idea, honestly. But we're going to figure it out. God willing. So, I had no idea. But this tube down here feeds up through here, and this is it. So basically it just goes into that airbox. We're gonna take this out.
This is a airbox, air intake resonator.
Okay. So we're just gonna take this off, and then we'll have full access to the wheel well, and then that's where we're gonna have to actually cut. And yeah, Ben's using an extension, a very long extension, to get this one bolt out that's back here. So there is one that was right here, and then there's one that's back in there. So Get those two out, and then you could get this airbox out. Well, that was a little bit difficult. Getting this part off. So it goes into there, goes into the airbox, and then it goes up to here into this. I don't know where this goes. Basically, you have to pull it out from there, pull it out from there. And it was really hard to get out. But we got it out, thank God. And
for this part right here, someone needs to be holding this part while
yeah.
someone is on the bottom. You're going to pull up as hard as you can while they pull down, and it will disconnect.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then the bottom part will slide right out like butter.
Yeah. Okay, so we took everything out. These were hard to get out. So it did leak a little bit of coolant. It's okay. We got a wow. That's leaking quite a lot. So yeah. So it's actually not 6mm hose. You need a 3/8. So I think, what is that relate to, like 9.5mm. So that's gonna be our coolant. And unfortunately, you want to make sure you get that hose on, because I leaked so much coolant out of my car. So much coolant out of my car, and now I'm running below minimum. So yeah, we're gonna put this on. This is 3/8, 9.5mm. Okay guys, it is literally sunset. This is taking so long. We finally got the intake in. All I have to do is put the tubes in. So I got this on. We're gonna feed the 17mm tube to this, and the 10mm tube from here to here. And then we fed it through here. People said that you have to cut it. I don't think we're gonna cut. I don't think we need to cut it, really. It needs to go and clip onto that, but we really don't need to cut it. It's gonna sit right here. But yeah, so what's up guys? So I'm gonna show you, really try to explain exactly what else we did, because I didn't really get to explain it yesterday. Let me show you real quick. So after I got this in, this is the intake. We connected the intake to the throttle body, okay, with a clamp. You need to have a clamp on. And then we connected this hose. So this hose was the 9.5mm that connected from here to under here to the throttle body. It's for coolant. So you want to make sure that you have the hose that fits that, because you don't want to be leaking coolant. And I also have a clamp on there. Next is this 17mm tube that feeds into the intake right there. So you have a 17 that goes from here into the intake, and then you have a 10mm tube from here that goes also right next to the other piece into the intake. It's below that one. So you have the intake, and then the intake feeds around down here into right here. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it. No, you can't really see it. So basically that just feeds into there, and we had to put the filter on. Basically there was 3 rings that we put on the inside, and then we fit it onto the pipe. So and then we also secured it with another clamp. So after all that, then we put in the battery again, and then we put my bumper back on. So everything is clamped down. Everything should be good. The only reason I didn't put a clamp here is because this is like a perfect fit. It's pretty hard to even slip it onto that. So it's like a completely perfect fit. Same with this one. I don't really need a clamp for that, because I'll show you a video. It was so hard to get it off of the intake. I put it on the intake before putting it inside my engine bay, and I had to take it off because we had to slip it through here. It was so stuck on there, you don't even need a clamp. I'll show you that video. Basically that's it. And then now I'm going to show you all the shots that we took today. We didn't really get too many from the outside, because honestly it looked like we were regular traffic just going by. I was going like pretty fast. Yeah, and then we took a lot of GoPro footage. So I'll show you some GoPro footage, show you like one clip from the outside. Just so you can hear the sound of it. But yeah, it sounds amazing. The throttle response is so much better. Yeah, it really, so basically the intake adds a 10 to 11 horsepower and then 12 pound-feet of torque extra. And this is without a tune. The injen cold air intake, you don't need a tune for it. But yeah, it's not a huge difference, but the throttle response is a lot better, and it sounds amazing. So yeah. The next day, as you can see, basically what happened is I had to be somewhere and we still had a lot of things to put back, and I ended up leaking coolant, so we had to go get more coolant and everything like that. But now it's the next day, and we are gonna go test out the car right now. Just get some flybys, give you a sound and some cold air intake noises. But yeah, we'll take some videos and action shots for you guys.